Hi everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to A Golden Wake, a game that I'm very much enjoying so far. It's everything that I was hoping it was going to be, and I'm having a great time. Having a great time is not something that our character here is having though, because he's just lost his job, so that's not a good thing, is it? I'm interested to see what's going to happen next.
Mr. Banks.
Good morning, Lyle. Don't suppose the news of the day can be any worse than the morning I've had. Let me have a paper, please.
That'll be a nickel.
So,
thanks, Lyle.
We'll spend that money that we got. Why not? Okay.
Murder, extortion, robbery, par for the course in this city.
Yeah, okay.
What's this? Merrick making waves in Florida?
The article explains that there is currently a very promising land boom in the Miami area, especially with regard to a development known as Coral Gables. It goes on to state that the project leader, one George E. Merrick, is currently hiring a team of real estate salesmen to assist in this monumental undertaking.
Miami, eh?
Huh.
I've always heard that place was nothing more than glorified swampland. But I'll be damned if I'm just gonna roll over and freeze to death up here. When I'm finished down there, the name Banks will finally mean something again. So, Mr. Merrick, let's just see what you've got to offer.
So, did we have to buy the newspaper then, maybe, to do that? Yeah, look, Chapter 1. Florida, the treasure land. By the way, if anyone is in Miami watching this, let me know in the comments below. It'd be quite interesting to know, actually. Miami, Florida, winter 1921.
Hello, Miami. Alfie Banks. Huzzah! Oh, horse feathers. This humidity is something else. Right. I've got my luggage claim ticket. Now I just need to find this Hotel Belmont and...
Hey there! Hello!
Are you speaking to me, sir?
You see anybody else around, son? Come on over here and have a chat with old Doc Dammers, why don't you?
Do we want to do that? I mean, this is cool, isn't it? You've arrived at the Miami train station, ready to begin your foray into the Florida land boom. The train ride was uneventful, but you've managed to preserve your sense of excitement at the prospect of working in this exciting young city. Cool.
Time is money, boy, and you're putting me in the red.
Yeah, well, I'm having a look around before we chat to you, so shush. There is an astounding amount of luggage piled up upon the carts outside the station. The train didn't appear to be crowded enough to merit so much cargo, but perhaps the other passengers brought more than you did. We've got Doc Dammers. The older gentleman has a wicked gleam in his eye, not unlike a snake about to strike its prey. His demeanour is that of a man 20 years his junior. Okay. And he's got a wagon here. The old wagon has been painted a garish red and has a very visible advertisement for the real estate services of one Doc Dammers, apparently a name you can trust. I mean, if it says that it's a name that you can trust, then it's you know, probably not a name that you can trust. Alright, it's just the thing again. Alright, cool.
The sun fried your brain there, young fella. Come over and have a chat.
I will, all in due time, sir. That time.
May I help you with something?
Pardon me for saying so, my boy, but I believe I'm the one who can offer you the help.
I'm really not interested in buying anything, sir.
Of course you aren't. Did you think I just fell off the turnip truck? I can tell a fellow salesman a mile away. You're here to get a piece of the action, aren't you?
Maybe.
Yes, I suppose I am.
Then consider this your own little welcoming committee. What did you say your name was?
I didn't. It's Banks. Alfred Banks.
Well then, welcome to Miami, Alfred Banks. By your complexion, I'm guessing you come from up north.
Yes, New York, actually.
Hell of a town, but you'll find we do things a bit differently down here. If you got any questions, feel free to ask.
Okay, well maybe we have. Something I don't know about this game is whether it has like different endings, because obviously Lamplight City, which came like a few years after this, does have multiple endings, so it'll be interesting to see if this does. I don't necessarily need to know, but it'll be interesting either way. Right, let's ask about Coral Gables.
I'm interested in this Coral Gables development I've heard about.
Oh, straight to the top, eh? They call it Miami's master suburb. It's been meticulously planned and is ready to start construction at any moment. Lots are going faster than a Tin Lizzie downhill. If you want to get involved there, you're going to need to talk to the man in charge, George Merrick.
Well, yeah, that was the plan.
Where can I find George Merrick?
He's got a sales office downtown, right on Flagler Street. Look for the building made of coral rock next to the Stocks and Bonds office. You can't miss it. Of course, George is incredibly busy these days and doesn't talk to just anyone.
Maybe not, but he'll talk to me.
I like your spirit, kid. You'll get places thinking like that.
Hopefully. Let's ask about the real estate market.
What's the current market like down here? I've heard quite a few things back in New York.
People are buying left and right. It's a great time to be in real estate. Plenty of dough to be made. Every day, more and more locals and tourists come looking for their own spot of land, and we're here to sell. Mark my words, Banks, we're on the verge of something great.
And let's ask about him.
How long have you been in this business?
Probably longer than you've been alive, son. Before this opportunity opened up, I was selling lots on Miami Beach for Carl Fisher himself. Surely you saw his billboard in Times Square.
Yeah.
You mean It's June in Miami? Of course, everyone saw that. It's partly what inspired me to come down here.
Glad to hear it. That's a perfect example of good marketing and knowing your audience. Why do you think I'm out here by the train station? New arrivals are the easiest to sell to. There's a free piece of advice for you, Banks.
Alright, well.
I appreciate the information, Mr. Dammers, but I'm afraid I must be going.
Of course, eager to get started, I understand. And believe me, there'll be plenty to do very soon.
It was a pleasure to have met you. Maybe I'll see you around town.
I can more or less guarantee that, my boy.
Oh, he seems nice enough, I think. Can we trust him? Possibly not. Alright, okay, we've got some money. You decided it would be a good idea to carry around a few bills. Money is always needed at the most unexpected times, after all. And we've also got a claim ticket. It's the claim ticket for your luggage to be delivered to the Hotel Belmont at 130 West Flagler Street. Can we? You just got here, there's no need to get back on the train. I just wondered if we could go into the station. I suppose we head this way. Ooh, look at all of this. It's actually pretty bare because they're building everything, I guess. We've got Flagler Street, and that is it. I wonder if we can go back to the train station from there. Oh, check this out. I just want to exit to the map and see if we can go to the station. Oh no, we can't. Okay, interesting. Right, so we've got a hotel here. The sign hanging from the brick building indicates that this is the Hotel Belmont. Okay, so that's where we want to go. Sign indicates that this is the records office for the Greater Miami area. You can't see any productive coming out of using that. The large billboard looms above the building. The model's vacant stare gazing down upon you and your fellow pedestrians. We can't interact with these guys, but we can go to West Flagler Street. I like the music. Okay, what have we got here? Ah, the billboard reads, Coral Gables, Miami's master suburb. See it if you would see Miami at its best. So we go that way. Ah, here's the Stocks and Bonds office. It appears to be a Stocks and Bonds office. You briefly remember all the hubbub about war bonds a few years ago and find yourself glad all that is over. Okay, and this is the sales office. The Coral Gables sales office has established itself in this building. It appears to be constructed from some kind of porous stone, one you are unfamiliar with. And then we can exit to the map. Alright, I think probably we want to go to the hotel first and get ourselves all sorted out, right, after our long journey, before we head off and talk to this Merrick guy.
Hello and welcome to the Hotel Belmont.
Thank you, good sir. Ooh, there's lots of keys. In the back office is a board where all the room keys hang. There don't seem to be too many rooms occupied currently. It's a nice painting. Okay, it's nothing to do with the painting. Is a photograph of the hotel. Looks recent. Okay, can we go? No. Guess we don't want to go upstairs without talking to this guy. The hotel clerk sits at the desk looking quite bored. Alright, let's give him something to do.
Excuse me.
How may I help you, sir?
Reservation.
I'd like to check in, please. My reservation was made under Banks, Alfred.
One moment, please. Yes, here you are. Your room will be the second door to your right when you get to the top of the stairs. Oh, someone was here earlier from the train station to deliver your luggage. It's been placed in your room. I'll just take that claim ticket off your hands for you.
Ah,
Thank you very much.
Not a problem, sir. Please, let me know if I can assist you with anything else.
can you tell us about Miami?
Is there anything you can tell an out-of-towner about this city?
Certainly. It's been growing at an alarming rate, especially in the past few years. There's no denying we're at the start of a land boom. I hear tell this new Coral Gables development is going to bring in thousands more people as well. At this pace, we could be the next Manhattan by 25.
Thank you for your assistance, my good man.
Happy to help.
Well, good. Let's go up to our room. Check out our room, check out our luggage, and then I guess we'll go and maybe talk to Merrick. Or attempt to talk to Merrick. He sounds like somebody who's quite difficult to talk to. Hat stand. How considerate of the hotel to provide you this hat rack in your room. Can we use this? Oh, we can. That is a nice little touch that you can do that. It's little things like that that make these games so good. You look in the mirror and see a tall, somewhat naive-looking young man staring back at you. He sure is a snappy dresser, though. The small lamp is not to your taste at all, but at least it will light the room when it gets dark. Now we've got a pinewood dresser which takes up one corner of the room. It's not bad as far as decorations go. Dresser's empty. Window looks out onto Flagler Street. You can see the hustle and bustle of traffic and pedestrians. It's definitely way less crowded here than in New York, however. And then we've got a nice generic landscape picture up there. Suitcase may not be much to write home about, but it's yours. And we have actually lost our claim ticket as well. Ooh. Okay, a note. You keep this note to remind you of the best technique to warm people up to make a sale. Remember, bits. Break the ice, introduce yourself, tell a story, sell your pitch. Now, I don't know if this is something that we're going to need to remember, like actually remember. So I'm going to write this down because I don't know if this is a mechanic, but it might be. So we've got break the ice, introduce yourself, tell a story, and then sell your pitch. I mean, it could be that we need to know that order for a puzzle later on, so I'm going to write that down. You keep this photo of your late father in your suitcase so he can accompany you wherever you go. Think you might need a reminder, you take it with you. Oh, maybe we can just refer back to it then. You take the photo with you. Typewriter ribbon. It's a tin containing a typewriter ribbon. You always carry an extra one just in case you decide to take that. Okay, fine. And we've got some nice snappy suits in there. It's a bed. Hotel bed is somewhat Spartan, but looks comfortable enough, at least until you find more permanent accommodation. Okay, fine. You're in no mood to sleep right now. I was going to say, can we go out without our hat, or will you automatically... Oh, we can. Interesting. So we can actually decide whether or not we use the hat, which, again, I like that. I think it's just a cool little feature. It's entirely unnecessary, but it brings it to life, doesn't it? It's good. Right, let's head out. We'll go back to the other side of Flagler Street and we'll go and try and talk to this Merrick guy. I'm glad that I'm finally getting to play this though. I've been wanting to play it for quite a while now. As I said, I recently just got the real urge to play it, so... Let's head in. A couple of men are seated here, waiting their turn for the chance to speak to Mr. Merrick. You wonder what's going on, what it's going to take to be in their shoes. Okay. And there's a secretary. The secretary looks tired and hassled as she busily jots down information on a piece of paper. You can't see you envy her job. No. It's a typewriter. Standard typewriter takes up the right side of the secretary's desk. The nameplate identifies the secretary as Miss Rogers. So can we... yeah, we can examine that from the inventory. So maybe we didn't need to write that down. But, you know, whatever. Filing cabinet. The metal filing cabinet contains a wide array of drawers. This is presumably where most, if not all, of the records for the budding Coral Gables development are being kept. That seems like a bad place to keep that. Like within reach of the main door. I would surely keep that in an office, but okay. Rather not speak to them, they're currently the competition. Alright, let's speak to the secretary.
Pardon me, miss.
I'm terribly sorry, sir, but I'm just too busy for you right now.
Oh.
Perhaps you could come back another time?
Another time? I've just come all the way from New York. Surely there's something a lovely young lady like you can do to help out a man in need?
Look, Buster, I've heard it all before. Like I said, I haven't got time for you at this moment.
What seems to be the trouble?
Well, not that you'd care, but I need to get these letters written. And seeing as the weekly shipment of supplies has been delayed, I'm forced to do them by hand.
You seem very dedicated to your job. I can appreciate that.
I am, yes. Mainly because I want to keep it.
Yeah.
Now, unless you want to come back here and pick up a pen, I really need to get back to my work.
A tempting offer, but I'll have to decline. I'll be back later.
So they have to be done by hand, but is that because there's no typewriter ribbon?
Pardon me, miss. Would this typewriter ribbon be of any use to you?
It certainly would. Mine wore out yesterday, and I ordered a replacement,
Yes.
but it hasn't come in yet. Thank you, sir. I greatly appreciate it. This will cut my work time by half at least.
My pleasure. Happy to help.
Yeah. And now maybe we can get an
Pardon me,
appointment.
miss.
What may I do for you, sir?
George Merrick.
I'd like to see Mr. George Merrick.
Take a number. Mr. Merrick is in very high demand. I'm afraid he's not currently seeing walk-ins.
Oh.
Have you got any pertinent information on the Coral Gables development?
None I'm allowed to divulge, sir.
Fine. Appointment?
Would it be possible to make an appointment to see Mr. Merrick?
Certainly. Let me see. Our next available appointment is next February.
What? That's preposterous.
Mr. Merrick is a very busy man.
I think you've made that quite clear. Come now. I helped you out with your typewriter. Now you're just gonna hi-hat me? I don't know how things work down here, but where I'm from, one good turn usually deserves another.
Okay. Keep your shirt on. I'll level with you. I'm not going to be able to get you an appointment, but I can tell you that Mr. Merrick keeps an eye out for fresh talent. If you can manage to do something to impress him, he may see you without an appointment.
I see. What would you suggest?
I'm not sure, but you might be able to get something done at today's land auction.
Okay, tell me about the land auction.
A land auction, you say? Where and when?
It's set to start this afternoon, around 2 o'clock. You'll find it at the corner of Granada Avenue and Coral Way.
Fantastic. I'll head over there right away.
Good luck.
I'll let you get back to your work.
Thank you, sir.
Alright guys, we're going to a land auction, but we are going to do that in the next one. So as always, thank you very much for watching. A big thank you to my patrons, Arcades Games, Wayne Nate, Terminally Nerdy, Paul from the Phantom Fellows, Lyle, Hobo, Numinous, Kumadim, Paulione, Flossie the Sheep, JohnCom555, Chrissy, Paul James, and Zoltes, and I'll see you next time.